We're at the checkpoint. Are you all right, son?
Is this your vehicle?
Yes, it is. I have the registration papers right here.
Turn the engine off. You have been driving through the desert?
Yes.
Does it handle well in the sand?
Yes. Not bad at all, actually. No problem. Excuse me. Do you think this is going to take much longer?
You wait your turn.
Good evening, Congressman.
Hello.
I thought I was coming late enough so as not to disturb you this time.
No, that's quiet. You do what you need to do, except for this area over here. This is an official disaster area.
Do you work late like this often?
Sometimes.
I'll bet you haven't eaten all day.
Tell you the truth, I don't remember.
That's not good.
Oh, don't worry. I'll grab something later.
Do you like rice pudding? It's not very much, but you're welcome to have it.
Oh, no, I could never take you dinner.
Oh, no, you're not. I've had my dinner. I picked that up on the way to work. I don't need it, really.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I haven't had this, I can't tell you, in years. You don't have any idea how good this is.
Thomas?
Oh, hi, Kim.
Look, I want to apologize for what I said earlier.
There's no need. Kim, I know how you feel. You have every right to be upset.
But losing the grants meant a lot to you, too. I know that.
Well, it's frustrating for both of us. I know how difficult it's been for you to come here and start all over again. I'm sorry it didn't work out. But you're a very talented man, Kim. There's going to be other projects.
That's just it, Thomas. I don't want other projects. I still believe in the Hot Wheels design.
Kim, look, don't make yourself crazy about this. Or me. Take my advice. Forget about it.
Dr. Kim Park. Dr. Kim Park. Call CCU, please.
This is Dr. Park.
Kim, this is Dr. Porter. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. The patient on the Achilles heart didn't make it.
What? But he was responding perfectly. We're expecting a transplant donor tomorrow. What happened?
We won't know for sure till the autopsy results are in.
Autopsy?
They'll be starting it shortly. They should be able to pin down the exact cause of death. I'll let you know right away what they find.
Yes. Thank you.
Lose a patient? Never gets easy, does it?
Dr. McCandless, the blood work on Mr. Green is finished.
Oh, thank you very much.
No.
Sam, I know.
What do you really want? Is it money? If so, just tell me how much.
You really believe that?
I'm trying to figure you out.
Sam, it's so hard to believe, to understand, to figure out. I love you. It's you I want.
You really think I could love you after what you've done?
Sam, I had nothing to do with Leanne's death.
You were with her when she fell.
Yes, but it was an accident. We fought because she wanted me to stop seeing you, and I couldn't do that.
So you made sure she wouldn't come between us.
No, I didn't, and you're simply going to have to believe that.
Then why didn't you come to me and tell me what happened?
Because I was afraid.
So instead you lied. And now you're adding blackmail to the list. You know, two can play this game, Kate. If I went to the police, you could lose everything.
Even if it were true, Sam, you could never prove it. And I can prove that you are Scotty's father.
What are you trying to do, Kate? What are you trying to accomplish by ruining the lives of so many people?
Sam, it doesn't have to be that way. I do not want to do that. But it's the only way that I can hold on to you. The choice is really yours.
Hi. How you doing? You guys seen Cheryl? There's a meter down here.
Hello, Jordan.
Hi.
I'll see if I can go find her for you.
Okay, thanks. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just had a lot of things in my mind.
So you feeling all right there?
I'm fine, damn it. I'll be in the study.
You want to see me, Mr. Clark?
Yeah, I did. Come here. I want to show you something. Hey, come here. Sit down. I want you to see for yourself how I see you. And how the whole world is going to see you once you come to your senses. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I don't even know your name.
Margaret Hanson.
Well, Margaret Hanson, I haven't had rice pudding like this since I was a kid. My mother used to give it to me.
Here, let me get these out of your way.
Funny the things you remember about people. I was very young when she left. I distinctly remember her giving me rice pudding.
Your mother left when you were small?
Yeah, she was ill. She had to be hospitalized.
That must have been very hard for you.
I was 4 or 5.
Were you close?
I don't really remember her. Except little things like the rice pudding and the way she was never very serious. The way my father was. Strange, the oddball things that stay with you. Oh, well.
How old is your son?
He just had his 4th birthday.
That's a wonderful age for. They discover so much and they want to know so much.
Do you like kids, Margaret?
Oh, I love them. But they grow up so fast. You have to savor every moment. Give him a big hug every morning when he wakes up. And before he goes to sleep, give him a kiss and tell him how much you love him.
That's not always possible. Scotty doesn't live with me. He lives with his mother.
Oh, that must be very difficult for you. I'm sorry.
How about you, Margaret? You have children?
Just one.
Get out.
Cherchez ceux-ci.
That's just my camera.
Your film?
Most of it's already been developed. I can show you.
Your English?
Yes, I have.
You will tell the story of Abdullah's war. We will win, English. It's only a short time. 30 hours. Once we have usurper queen.
Well done, sir.
Wasser, Wasser. Just a moment. Your papers.
What seems to be the problem?
They're beautiful pictures. I just can't believe that it's me. I feel like I'm looking at somebody else.
Finally. You are a very difficult woman to convince, Carol. Now, you enjoyed working with Cal, didn't you?
Sure, he was very patient with me.
Terrific. Now, I want you to book it for the next cover of the magazine. I thought we'd do some kind of location, maybe the National Gallery.
Oh, wait, I won't be able to do that.
Why not? When your class is done.
You don't seem to understand. The only reason I did those pictures for you because it seemed so important. But I don't want to do
Wait a minute,
anymore.
what, is this some kind of crazy joke? How could you possibly say that? Look at these photographs.
I told you both before, I want to be a writer.
Fine, Carol, you're not there yet.
I know, I have to go back to school.
How? You told me yourself you don't have any money.
Well, that's my business, and I'll handle that myself.
Wait a minute. I can handle it better for you. Give me 6 months, a year tops of your life. Okay, by then you can afford to finish school. By then you'll be able to buy your own school.
Not everything can be bought, Mr.
Look, Carol.
Look, Carol, I think what Jordy is trying to say is that you can make enough money with this modeling to finish school and subsidize yourself.
I know that, but you still don't
Carol,
understand.
listen to me. I'll put it in writing for you. All I'm asking is that you be a beautiful model for 1 year.
Wait a minute, you said 6 months
All right,
before.
okay, we'll work it out. All I want you to be is the style and the face of the 80s for me. And I will pay your way through school. In fact, I'll buy every copy of your first book. What do you say?
I don't know.
Carol, what is it that's scaring you?
Well, ever since I can remember, I've always dreamed of being a writer. I know it sounds corny,
it
but...
doesn't.
Well, if I do this, even if it's just for a little while, even if it's just to make the money, I'm scared that I'll never get back to it.
Jill, just stop it.
That's not what I mean.
Hold on. Excuse me. Wait a minute. Listen to me. I lost somebody very close to me recently. Now, Leanne had a dream, too. I mean, she didn't talk about it very much, but she wanted to be a dancer. I mean, we both thought that we were going to be able to do everything. Look, what I'm trying to tell you is if you have a dream, go for it, regardless of what it takes.
Can I show this to my dad?
Absolutely.
Carol, I want you to take a good look at these yourself, because you have got more than one talent here. And you might as well use everything that you've got.
She's still complaining of pain.
All right, we keep the dosage down to 2 grains, and if she can't sleep, you call me. How late am I?
For dinner or breakfast?
Oh, God, sorry. I am. I wanted to get home first to see Scotty before we went out this evening, but I had an emergency.
Well, don't worry about it. I'm sure he'll make you pay for it on your next day off.
Well, that's okay by me. Did you ask Rachel about working more hours?
Yes, and she can't do it. I mean, she was really sweet, but she's in school. She can't commit to anything full-time.
Yeah. Do you have anyone else in mind?
No, and I wish I did.
Well, why don't we put an ad up in the volunteers' office, and we'll put up one in the nurses' lounge, too.
Well, that's a great idea. But in the meantime, I better call Trey because he's supposed to be picking up Scotty tomorrow. We got to work something out.
Okay, fine. Use the phone here, and I'll go change.
Okay.
Congressman Craig's office.
Hi, Trey. It's Kelly. Grace said that you'd be working late. Is this a bad time?
No, it's all right.
I'm just calling to confirm about tomorrow. And I wasn't able to get anybody to drive Scott.
No, I'll send Wayne over to pick him up.
Great. Listen, you said that you were going to try to find a nanny as well. Have you had a chance to think about it?
No, it's not as if nannies go strolling around the Capitol looking for work, you know.
No, I know. I'm just running out of sources. I was hoping that you had some suggestions.
I'll ask around. It can't just be anyone, but I'd like to find someone soon. For Scotty's sake.
Yeah, so would I.
Well, do what you can, and I'll let you know if I come up with anyone.
Yeah, thanks. See you.
Yeah. See you.
Excuse me, Congressman. I couldn't help overhearing. Are you looking for a nanny?
Yeah, and it's certainly not easy.
Years ago, that's what I did.
Where did you work?
Oh, for a very wealthy family. It was the nicest job I ever had. I love children.
Is it something you would consider doing again?
Of course I would.
I would need references. Could you get me some?
Yes.
Well, great. I'll think it over. You do the same. Somehow I think it's going to work. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, sir. It's me.
Is everything all right, Lorraine?
Oh, fine. You will never believe what just happened. Trey is looking for a nanny for his little boy.
Yeah?
Well, don't you see? I can do that. I even told him that I'd already worked as a nanny.
What did he say?
I need some references.
That's no problem.
Oh, can you, Amos?
I'm the guy that got you out of the hospital and working on Capitol Hill, remember?
There's no big easy as pie.
Oh, just imagine, Amos. My very own grandson.
Oh, hi, hot stuff. It's you.
Oh, cute. Real cute. All right, so where are we going?
Let me see. How about a country inn with a roaring fire and candlelight and violins and spectacular food?
Sounds wonderful. Where is this place?
Beats me. I just made it up, but if you know a place like this, let's go.
Well, you know what? For that, you're going to be lucky to get pizza.
Hey!
Dr. Thomas McCandless. Dr. Thomas McCandless, please.
Sorry. Thomas McCandless. Thank you. Dr. Radcliffe, hello. What? That can't be. Are you sure? Yes, all right, I'll be right there.
What's wrong?
Chief of Staff wants to see me in his office right away. One of the heart patients died.
Somebody you were treating?
No, one of the transplant patients. They had him on an artificial heart where they were waiting for a donor organ.
The Achilles heart?
Yeah, that's what it should have been, but apparently someone switched it with the heart that I've been developing.
How is it possible?
It could only been Kim Park.
No, he wouldn't have done that.
I hope to God you're right, Kelly.
C'est lui, capitaine. C'est lui. You are the photographer? Took the picture of Princess Yasmin's assassin? No, out of the car!
I'm a journalist. My papers are in order.
First it again, everybody!
Sir, the floor looks suspicious.
Chemistry. Beg your
The Sports Medicine Clinic, Friday, March 20th at the Hyatt Pittsburgh Ballrooms. Call 647-RUNN. Tonight, the featherweight champion of the world reveals why he's punching for peace. Evening Magazine tonight at 7:30 on KDKA TV2.
Are you all right? Stupid question. The stupid plan. God, I wish I...
Stop it, please. We were both well aware of the risk. We had no choice. If we'd succeeded, we might have had a chance. But we didn't. Hubie, my only regret is that you had to be drawn into this.
I put myself into it. I wanted to be with you, Sloan.
Hubie, if I don't have a chance to tell you this.
Here. I know.
Your Royal Highness, Queen of Barak. Forgive me if I don't bow.
I'm gonna go straighten up upstairs, Dad. I'll get him.
Hello, Clarissa.
Baxter, I do not appreciate you.
The wayfaring stranger...
Oh, when did you get here? Oh, where have you been?
Let me get in on a little of that.
Baxter.
How did it go? Are you all right?
Well, the board talked to me. I think they understand that I had nothing to do with the use of the implant, but this is only the beginning.
Have they talked to Kim yet?
Yes, he's been with them for hours. Listen, Kel, can I call you right back? Well, are you through with the board?
They asked me to wait. They'll be making the decision.
Do you think you could tell me what possessed you? What the hell you were thinking?
Are you all right? Stupid question. The stupid plan. God, I wish I...
Stop it, please. We were both well aware of the risk. We had no choice. If we'd succeeded, we might have had a chance. But we didn't. Hubie, my only regret is that you had to be drawn into this.
I put myself into it. I wanted to be with you, Sloan.
Hubie, if I don't have a chance to tell you this.
Here. I know.
Your Royal Highness, Queen of Barak. Forgive me if I don't bow.
I'm gonna go straighten up upstairs, Dad. I'll get him.
Hello, Clarissa.
Baxter, I do not appreciate you.
The wayfaring stranger...
Oh, when did you get here? Oh, where have you been?
Let me get in on a little of that.
Baxter.
How did it go? Are you all right?
Well, the board talked to me. I think they understand that I had nothing to do with the use of the implant, but this is only the beginning.
Have they talked to Kim yet?
Yes, he's been with them for hours. Listen, Kel, can I call you right back? Well, are you through with the board?
They asked me to wait. They'll be making the decision.
Do you think you could tell me what possessed you? hell you were thinking?
Trying to save a life.
How noble. It's exactly what every member of the medical community is supposed to do every day of their lives. But what you did is something more. You did something unethical, something illegal.
2 years from now, what I did could be standard medical procedure, a breakthrough.
Yeah, but it isn't now, and you knew that. Kim, I had told you that it was over, that this project was dead.
Yeah, you told me. Well, I couldn't just let it die. You know as well as I do what problems the Achilles heart has.
Yes, I do. And so does every member of the medical community. But for the time being, it happens to be approved medical procedure. The McCandless heart isn't.
Everyone in that operating room knew that that patient had only 3 to 5 hours left to live on the Achilles heart. Thomas, he lived 10 hours on the McCandless heart. If there had been a compatible donor during that 10 hours, our heart would have saved his life.
Kim, even if we had gotten the funding, we were at least a year away from any sort of testing on humans.
If the patient had gotten a transplant in time, he would have lived, and the medical community would have been at your feet.
I don't care about that! Yes! Yes. Yes. I'll tell him. Review board is waiting for you. They've reached their decision.
Matt Marim is a fraternal twin brother of King Ali.
And now that King Ali is gone, Marim is heir to the throne of Barak.
That is insanity.
Oh, it is ludicrous, isn't it? Can you imagine how I felt in the middle of the jungle hearing this madness? A week ago, I was just a normal American kid bumming around Europe, Africa, trying to find myself. God, I could have looked all over the world. I never would have found this. But they've convinced me it's true. So there's no use denying it, and I can't avoid it. I came home because I wanted some time to think and to look around and feel something familiar. Excuse me.
Well, I'm going up to Matt if Matt needs me.
Well, this is it, Clarissa. The last piece of the puzzle. There are no more secrets. This is what I couldn't tell you.
About Matt.
Yes. Matt became the principal target for Octopus.
And you knew that.
And once I knew that the bullet that killed Yasmin was really intended for Ali, then I knew that Octopus had to go after Matt next. I wasn't certain that Octopus knew the truth, but I couldn't take any chance. Now I'm sure.
But what does Octopus have to do with the situation in Barak?
Everything. They are the foreign power behind Abdullah.
But Barak is in chaos. The news says that.
Yes. Capital's under siege. It may fall soon.
And that's where you want Matt to go.
I don't want Matt to do anything that he doesn't choose to do. But for his own safety, he had to know the truth.
Oh, the truth. Truth has become a nightmare in this family, Baxter. I mean, I do not want Matt to go to a strange country I know nothing about and I don't care about.
But I can't look at it that way. This isn't just any country. It's the country where our son was born. Where his grandparents and his natural parents and his brother lived and died fighting for their freedom.
God, you sound like some kind of recruiting poster. I mean, I don't need a lesson in patriotism, but you sure need a lesson in human relationships. He's your son, too.
Don't do that to me, Clarissa. How easy do you think this is for me? You think I enjoyed tracking him down in the middle of the jungle and having to tell him all this? Kicking the props out from under his whole world? When all I really wanted to do was to hold. It's been 10 years since I held my son.
But you knew the truth all this time. I mean, you used that to brace yourself if this day ever came.
Not if, Clarissa. It's come. The moment that I've dreaded all those years, waking up at nights in cold sweats, praying that the moment would never happen. It's here.
Typical Ali taste. West. Attractive, but essentially vulgar by our standards. Not without nerve, I grant you. Nervy, but foolish.
Where is Ali?
He's dead.
I don't believe you.
Did you not receive the photograph I sent you?
It could have been faked.
It was not faked, I assure you. Unfortunately, it is too late for you to see the body.
It's going to be too late for you, too. I left sealed instructions with my solicitor in London. If he doesn't hear from me at the same time each day, by noon tomorrow, the British and American papers are going to know that I've been captured by you. Then, so much for the benevolent hero of Barack.
Noon tomorrow. By then it will be too late. Tomorrow will be her trial. Then she will be able to join her beloved Ali.
You took precautions. Leaving instructions with your solicitor is perfect.
Only I didn't. It was a bluff. I wish to God I had. General Vole will soon find out what happened. He probably knows already. He'll take the right steps. Abdullah's claim to legitimacy is very important to him. He knows the eyes of the world are focused on him. He'll be very careful about what he does.
Take him.
Wait, he's a journalist. He better not be harmed.
We know exactly who he is.
He had no part in any of this.
No part. He tried to smuggle you out of the country. He is guilty of high treason.
High treason? That implies there's a legitimate government, and the only legitimate government in Barack is the House of Mahmoud, and he has committed no crime against us.
Against us? How quickly you have learned to use the royal we. The British journalist is no longer your concern. And soon, nothing will be your concern.
Baxter, did you bring Matt home to try to keep him safe, or are you trying to convince him to go back to Barack?
That's not a choice for me to make.
Don't you play semantic games with me, Baxter. I asked you, are you trying to convince him to go?
No.
But you think he should go?
Yes, I do.
Why? Why don't I feel that? I mean, why do we always see everything about family and obligation to country so differently? I mean, everything that has ever happened to us has been over this kind of choice.
Clarissa, put aside everything that you feel about me and what I've done. And for a minute, think only about Matt. The boy is in terrible danger. These men can reach everywhere. You know that as well as I do. You've experienced it. And they know who he is. And they want him destroyed before he can assume his position as the rightful king of Barack. Now, I can't protect him. And you can't protect him. And hiding is not even an option. So this is no time for recrimination. This is a time for us to handle things. And not as two separate people who are fighting with each other, but as a family, as a mother and father who have to protect their son's life.
Come in. Hey.
hated how you sounded on the phone. So I took Scotty to school and I came right over. I brought you goodies.
Thanks.
Thomas, the board,
Yep.
they do know that you're not responsible for using the McCandless heart, don't they?
Yeah, they know.
Oh, and you're not in jeopardy.
Not in jeopardy, I mean, I'm not going to be removed from the hospital? Is that what you mean? No, I don't think so. But it was my project. It's called the McCandless heart.
But you acted ethically.
Yeah, I did, but it doesn't matter. All the publicity is going to be about the McCandless heart. And the medical community is very small. My research career is painted now. Probably forever. Man. Well?
I've been discharged from the hospital. They've pulled my license to practice medicine.
Does that surprise you?
I'm going to go down the hall and see some people. I'll be back.
What will you do now?
Without my residency and my license, I can be deported.
I thought you were a permanent resident.
No. It's a conditional residency. The hospital sponsors me.
God, Kim, what were you thinking about?
I believe in what we made.
Yes, I believe in it too, but through proper channels.
All I ever wanted was to be a doctor. A great doctor. It was my dream.
Yeah, well, that's not good enough, Kim. If you want to be great at medicine, there's a way to do it, and you didn't do that.
I can't go back to Korea. There's nothing for me there.
What about your family?
They can't help me. I can't let them send me back.
My God, what a tragedy. That's not a tragedy because of the reasons you just mentioned. It's a tragedy because you're a brilliant doctor. But you let your ambition and your passion for research turn you into a monster. We both took an oath. And with that oath comes the responsibility to do things under standard medical practices. You went beyond that, and you almost took my career down with you. I won't forgive you for that.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. Just that you understand why I did it.
I don't.
I'm going to fight deportation with everything I have left. I can't go back.
I understand that, but I want you to understand something else. I agree with the board, and I would have done exactly the same thing in their place.
Never heard you be so cold.
Or you think I'm wrong?
No, but...
No buts, Kel. There's only one area in my life where there's no room for mistakes, for errors, for incompetence. Where personal feelings have no place. That is the ethical practice of medicine, and Kim Park invaded that area.
I have no pity for what he did, but I pity the man.
I have more pity for the patient that comes into this hospital expecting medical treatment that's safe and sane and gets Kim Park as a doctor.
Yeah. Oh, good. Put him up. 2? Hello?
Trey? Jen Carter here.
Hi, Jenk. How you doing?
I'm calling to congratulate you.
For what?
We voted very lucky on that Springfellow grant.
What? What do you mean?
I just got out of a hospital board meeting. There was an unauthorized use of that McCandless heart. The patient died.
God.
Well, the patient was terminal. They used the artificial heart to keep him alive until there was a compatible heart donor.
So what happened?
Kim Park, McCandless's research assistant, switched devices.
Was it a screw-up?
No, he admitted it was deliberate.
Was McCandless involved?
Park says he acted without the knowledge or involvement of Dr. McCandless.
Well, does that seem likely to you?
What?
Well, that he would act independently of McCandless, a research assistant?
The board believed him, and McCandless. I have no reason to doubt Kim Park. He's in enough trouble as it is. As a matter of fact, this whole mess will probably be dumped in your lap.
Why?
Aren't you still on the Immigration and Deportation Committee?
Yes.
Well, then it's your ball game. Park lost his license to practice. The hospital is no longer sponsoring him. He's in real danger of being deported.
We were ambushed by two of Abdullah's men. This isn't a game. We don't have time to play.
Hello?
Yes. May I speak to Dr. McCandless? Yes? I have to be brief, my friend. Sloan's been captured by Abdullah during a space attempt.
When? Are you certain she's still alive?
Yes. But she may be facing a crime. There's only one hope of saving her now, and you know what that is. Has Ben Budding changed his mind?
No.
That you've got to let me tell the people of his existence.
I can't give you that permission. That's a decision only my son can make.
Please, Baxter, time's running out. You must convince him. You know what to reach.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Jeffrey says that Sloan's been captured. Will probably be executed.
God, can't the United States do something to help her?
No, not directly. I've already contacted the State Department. It's a diplomatic nightmare. Iraq's engaged in a civil war. We can't intervene. Matt, you're Sloan's only hope.
No.
Clarissa, Matt isn't any safer here than he would be in Barak. In fact, he'd even probably be safer in Barak.
May I talk to Dad? Alone, please. I don't know what to do.
I know, son. Jeffrey feels that the people would unite if they knew that a rightful heir to the throne existed. They fought and won against Abdullah before, and your brother led them.
Dad, I can't. I am not a soldier, and I am certainly not a leader. You understand that, don't you?
Of course I do.
But you think I should go, don't you? That's what you would do.
Matt, it isn't important what I think or what I do. This isn't about me.
No. For the first time in my life, there are no models, no props, no examples I can look up to. Nothing can give me the answer except what I feel.
Your brother had a dream for his people, a free Barak. He fought and gave his life to keep that dream alive.
You will remain here under guard. An attorney has been appointed to represent you.
Why even bother? The foreign press won't buy this circus.
Be grateful you're even getting inside. You could have been shot while trying to escape. An unfortunate accident. We could have executed you, like we did your husband.
He's lying. Ali, I know you're alive. And I'm gonna fight till my last breath.
Ba-doo-dah.
The bold and the beautiful.
You'll never forget the first time. Bold and the Beautiful. Don't miss it. Next week on CBS. Rumors.
On Guiding Light.
I'm a cop. That's what I do. I'm a Shane. That's who I am. And if she doesn't like it, too bad.
Rumors on Guiding Light.
You claim to be Baraka now. The United States has no jurisdiction over this matter.
as long as you pretend to be the Queen of Iraq. I am Mr. Jamal, the attorney appointed to defend you by General Abdullah's court.
Why are you even bothering with this charade? I don't believe for a minute I'll get anything close to a fair trial. I don't even know if you're a real lawyer.
I understand how you must feel, Miss Denning, but I can assure you my credentials are in order, and you will be fairly represented in accordance with our laws.
The laws of Barack?
The laws of Abdullah. Abdullah is Barack. We are not barbarians.
Tell that to the thousands of people Abdullah murdered.
We are going to show the world.
Before you convict me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, it's been a long time, stranger.
Oh, it's good to see your face.
So, what do I call you now? Prince, your Royal Highness?
No, Matt. Just Matt. That's who I am.
Good to have him home again, isn't it? How about you, sweetheart? I've been reading about what's been happening at the hospital in the newspaper with your mechanical heart.
Yeah, well, the whole situation's a real mess.
I don't understand how it could have been implanted. I thought that heart was experimental. How could this Park?
Dr. Park is a very complex man. He's had a rough time of it. He lost all his medical accreditation when he left Korea and came to the United States to start over again. Now, that doesn't excuse what he did. But to use that heart without authorization, it's probably cost him his career.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, Dr. Park. Thank you for coming by. Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
Well, listen, I called you over here because I heard about what happened at the hospital and about the trouble you're in. I'd like to help you if I can.
I don't understand. How can you help me?
I'm not sure I can. I'm concerned about your situation, though. I'm on the House Immigration Committee, and I was told you may be deported as a result of all this.
My visa is conditional on my residency at University Hospital. I can't go back to Korea, Congressman.
Tell me what that would mean for you.
There is no place for me there. Deportation would mean serious problems for me and for my family.
Okay, so tell me, why did you do it?
For one reason only. To save the life of my patient.
Wouldn't the Achilles heart have saved your patient?
No. Not more than a few hours. The heart Dr. McCannis and I have been working on is far superior to the Achilles. This patient's condition was so grave already that I felt the McCannis heart was his only real chance to live until a donor heart could be located. And he did live longer than he would have on the Achilles.
How long have you worked with Dr. McCandless on this particular research?
A little over a year. I did what I believe was right, Congressman. To save a life, not to kill a patient.
If I knew more of the details, there might be some mitigating argument to be made in your defense so that you could stay here and clear your name.
I don't know what more I can say. I have told the hospital board everything.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Think. I mean, after all, you did not invent the heart implant.
Well, no, but Dr. McCandless wasn't in the operating room. He had no idea what I was doing.
Didn't he?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know what I mean. I mean, it just seems like there's something more, as if you're trying to protect him. Dr. McCandless certainly had more at stake than you did, Dr. Park. I mean, 3 years of research, his life savings, according to the papers.
Well, yes, but he wrote me a memo telling me specifically not to do anything more with the heart.
Do you have it?
Yes, somewhere.
That's too bad. Because if there was no memo, I might have been able to help you with immigration. No, I'm sorry.
Thank you for your time, Congressman.
Hey, so we got a lot of catching up to do. I hear you're living with someone. It sounds serious.
It is. I love her.
So, tell me about her.
Well, I've never known someone like this in my life before. She's an artist, a wonderful painter. She's funny, smart, very perceptive about people.
I've never seen you like this before, Thomas.
Well, I really love this lady a lot, man.
Why do I get the feeling there's something I'm not so sure of here?
Well, we have our problems. I'm not going to kid myself about that. We kept trying to fight it, she more than me, but we weren't getting anywhere fighting, so we decided to stop and move in together. So far, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
I am so glad for you, Thomas. I can't wait to meet her.
Well, you will tomorrow. And we want you to come over to the house, spend some time with us. But enough about me. I want to hear about my brother, the world traveler. What do you plan? You want to be around for a while?
I don't know. I got a lot to think about.
Boy, that's the understatement of the century. How are you, man? I can't imagine what this is like for you.
Yeah, well, the whole thing seems pretty unreal to me. I mean, to wake up one morning and find out you're heir to some war-torn country halfway around the world, from everything you've known, is pretty incredible.
Well, all I know is what I've heard in the news. But it sounds to me like the situation in Barack is pretty desperate.
It is. They're at war, Thomas. And no matter what anyone tells you about who I am, I know that I'm not capable of being anyone but Matt McCandless. How can I possibly do anything to change what's going on there?
I am here to help you. Perhaps you're unaware of the situation in Curry Star right now. What little water remains is contaminated. There have been no deliveries of food for over a week. The people are starving. We have severed the power lines. The hospital...
I'm well aware of what the people are going through.
The capital will fall in a matter of days, perhaps sooner. Abdullah will take the throne, and all of your self-sacrifice would have been wasted. I am here to offer you a way to save your life.
I'm not interested.
Hear me out. Abdullah is the rightful leader of Barack.
Abdullah is a killer and a tyrant.
Abdullah will bring stability to Barack.
Abdullah will bring death and torture to the thousands of people who believe in freedom, just as he did before Ali overthrew him.
If you continue to refuse to cooperate, you will be charged with treason. You will be tried by Abdullah's court. And if you are found guilty, you will be sentenced to death. You are a young woman. You have your whole life before you. This is not your country. It's not your cause. Save yourself.
I've heard enough, Mr. Jamal. You may go now.
All you have to do is sign this.
What kind of lies are in that?
No lies. A simple statement of abdication. If you relinquish your throne and tell the Baraccan people that Abdullah is their rightful ruler, you will be released, free, to go to your country.
This is my country. You're asking me to betray everything I believe and everything that Ali fought for.
No, Miss Denning. I'm giving you the one chance you have to save your life.
These are excellent, Miss Thompson. Excellent, but you know that I'm going to have to check on these.
Oh, of course.
Is this number for the garrison still good?
Yes.
Do you mind if I call them while you're still here?
Not at all.
Garrison.
Well, hi. My name is Kelly Harper, and I'm calling to verify the references of a Margaret Hanson.
Well, I can't recommend her too highly. The rest of my family would tell you the same thing.
I understand you employed her as a nanny?
Yes, but she was more like a member of the family. The kids loved her. She's wonderful with children.
Could you tell me what her responsibilities were? Yeah. Oh, good, because I want her to drive for me, too. Well, you seem to have been very pleased with her.
More than pleased. Maggie's a real treasure. You give her our love, mine and the missus, will you?
Well, would you like to speak to her? She's right here.
Sure.
Thank you. Hello? Hello, Mr. Garrison.
I told her you were the best thing since sliced bread, Lori.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
It looks to me like you're in.
Yes, I hope so. Oh, please give my love to the children.
You do it just great.
Goodbye, Mr. Garrison, and thank you again. Oh, here's Miss Harper.
Mr. Garrison, you've been a big help. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye. I guess I don't have to tell you, he gave you a glowing recommendation.
He's a very nice man. I understand your position. I mean, references can't tell you everything. But I love children, I truly do. And I think that's the most important credential that a nanny could have. Don't get me wrong. I had a child myself, and I certainly understand how you have to be careful.
How old is your child?
Oh, he's all grown up. I don't see him very much. I miss him.
I'm sure. Margaret, I think that you'll be perfect for us. Now, if you possibly could, I'd like you to start today. Could you do that?
Yes, that would be fine.
Good. I think I ought to tell you, Scotty's father and I are separated.
I know. The congressman told me. I'm sorry.
Yes, well, the reason I need someone is to take care of Scotty when he's at his father's house. Now, Trey is supposed to see him tomorrow. I'd like you to take him over there.
Certainly.
You know where the Clegg estate is?
Beg your pardon.
Trey lives at his father's estate. It's not very far from here. Oh, Margaret, it's just a big house. I mean, the Cleggs probably won't pay any attention to you. The people who work there are very nice. Would you mind doing that?
No.
Good. Well, I guess that's about it. Welcome to the family, Margaret.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't expect you back so early.
I can get any work done. Phones at the hospital are ringing off the hook. The press is everywhere. There's even 2 reporters from the National Intruder waiting for me.
What, outside here? What do they want with you?
No, they're going after Kim. They're determined to sensationalize this whole thing, and they're not going to stop until they do.
Okay, let's get out of here. We'll never have any lunch. Nancy, whatever it is, it can wait. No, I'll take it. Yes, this is Congressman Clegg.
Hello, Congressman. This is Kim Park.
Yes, Dr. Park.
Yeah, I've been checking through my files, and it seems I was mistaken when I told you about the memo from Thomas and McCandless.
Really?
Yes. Well, I've looked all over for it, and it just doesn't exist. Oh, frankly, I don't even remember what it says.
Is it possible there never was a memo and that you were mistaken?
Yes.
Well then, I'll do whatever I can to help.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Dad, you're still on the board of directors at University Hospital, aren't you?
Yes, why?
Well, there's something you should know about that fiasco they had about that mechanical heart.
Well, I understand they fired the man responsible and revoked his license.
Yeah, they did, but it looks like Kim Park is taking the fall for someone else.
Who?
Well, Thomas McCandless designed that heart. And 2 days before Dr. Park implanted it, the Stringfellow Foundation refused to fund McCandless's research because we had serious doubts about its viability.
Are you telling me that this heart was in no way ready to be used and McCandless knew it?
Yes. And it sounds like he authorized it, hoping that it would work and be accepted. De facto has grounds to reapply for more funding.
Well, does Walter Ratcliffe know about this? He's the chief of staff.
I have no idea.
Well, I'm going to find out.
There's no way that I will sign what amounts to be a death warrant for the free nation and people of Barack. Now, I demand another attorney, and a real one this time.
I am the attorney appointed by the court of Abdullah, and I am here to help you.
If you try to prosecute me with these trumped-up accusations in this phony trial, you will be denounced by the entire free world.
Believe what you will, Miss Denning, but this will be a fair trial, and I will defend you with the best of my ability. However, it will be much easier if you would cooperate.
Cooperate? This is blackmail, Mr. Jamal, plain and simple.
Why are you fighting for a cause you understand nothing about? And in a part of the world to which you owe no allegiance, I am offering you a way out.
No tyrant will ever force me into a surrender that would cheapen my husband's life. Barack is my country now. All these people are my people. His dream is mine. No one could make me betray Ali or his dream.
But Ali is dead.
I don't believe that.
You realize that if you are convicted, you will be executed.
I would rather die than live knowing I made a deal with a murderer.
You are so young and so headstrong. If you don't wish to think about your own life, think about your friends, your family, the lives of others.
What are you talking about?
I understand your mother is still in Karista.
Oh, my God.
Dad, is this true?
That's a kangaroo court at best. There's no way she's going to get a fair trial.
But she'll be executed.
One way or another, Matt, you're going to have to make a decision now. There's no time left to leave it hanging in the balance.
Isn't there some other way?
What do you want me to do? You want me to march into Barack like John Wayne? Or maybe fly like Superman? Or some other symbol of truth, justice, and the American way? I'm American. I don't know anything about being Prince Marim. I'm Matt McCandless.
Of course you are, son. And the Queen of Barack is just Sloan Denning. And Ali was just a man. A man who happened to be your brother. You don't have to be a symbol, Matt. For millions of people, you are freedom. And that's what they're fighting for, freedom for an entire nation. And that's one fight that I do believe in. So much so that I hurt your mother and everyone that I love very deeply to fight it myself. I tore us apart and put us all in danger. But I have to tell you, son, even knowing what I know now, I'd do it again if I had to. Because there are some things in this world that are more important than anyone or anything. And if we don't believe that, then we're no better than animals in a jungle. I know your mother doesn't agree with me.
That is the biggest mistake you've ever made, Baxter. I understand why you did it. But God help me. If you decide to go, I don't ever want to have to say goodbye.
But what can I do? What difference can I make against an entire army?
Jeffrey says that Abdul is gathering most of his forces from the people who used to be loyal to Ali. Now that they believe that Ali is dead and that there is no heir to the throne, they're defecting to the enemy force to avoid reprisals. He believes that the announcement of a blood heir to the House of Mahmud will rally the people again and turn the tide against Abdullah. At least let Jeffrey tell the people that Ali's brother is alive.
What, so that I can be the target of Abdullah's bullets instead of Sloan?
If you let Jeffrey just tell the truth, Matt, maybe, and just maybe, he and the Loyalists can save her and the rest of Barack. Can you give them that?
I will see you at the trial, Miss Denning.
Combine the favorite pastimes, TV, and shopping, and what do you have? TV shopping. Check it out tonight on Evening Magazine at 7:30 on KDKA TV2.
Oh, my God, Hubert, I've never been so relieved to see anyone in my entire life. Oh, my God, what did they do to you?
It's only a scratch, as they say in the cinema. I accidentally fell against one of the guard's rifles.
Oh, Hubert.
It's all right. No harm done. Besides, I came to see you. Are they treating you all right?
Aside from being scared half to death, I'm okay. I'm surprised they let you come see me.
Sloan, we don't have much time. They only let me come and see you on one condition. They want me to try and persuade you to sign a confession and relinquish all rights to the royal throne of Barack.
I don't know, Amos. How do I look?
Well, of course, it'd be pretty hard to fool me because I know you, but if I wasn't looking too close, you'd fool me, I think.
Just so I fool Sam and Myrna.
Just promise me that you'll be careful.
I promise. In a house full of servants, Sam and Myrna won't even know I'm there. Oh, I can't believe it. I've waited 27 years for this day to come. That used to be my house on the hill, my husband, my little boy, and Myrna took them all away from me. Now it's my turn.
Thomas, please, come in. I think you and Bob Buford have already met. He's our hostel administrator and press liaison.
Sit down, please. Dr. McCandless, I'm sure you realize this tragedy involving the McCandless heart has put University Hospital in a rather touchy position.
It should have never happened.
We couldn't agree more. That's why we've launched this investigation. First, Thomas, we have to know, were you involved in the decision to implant the McCandless heart in the patient who died?
Are you asking me if I authorized the use of the heart?
I'm not saying it's something you do directly.
No, not directly or indirectly. Lanscombe wasn't even my patient. I had absolutely no prior knowledge of the heart being used.
Thomas, is it true that you learned that your application for research funding had been turned down just 2 days prior to the unauthorized implant?
Yes, but what has that got to do with this?
I suppose you were upset at the application being denied. You felt it was unjustified.
Well, of course. I've been working on the project for 3 years. Look, with a little more time and the proper funding, that heart would eventually save a lot of lives.
Is there any situation where you felt you could authorize the use of the McCandless heart at this stage of the development?
Absolutely not. It's still being tested, and never on a human patient.
The fact remains that an unauthorized procedure was performed in this hospital.
Yes, a procedure that I neither approved of nor condoned. Mr. Buford, I even went so far as to write a memo to Kim Park formally directing him to stop all work on the heart.
You're saying that Kim Park, a first-year resident, took it upon himself to make that decision without consulting you, knowing that if it failed, not only could his license be pulled, but he'd also be facing deportation hearings?
I don't know. That's a question you should be asking Kim Park.
We plan to do precisely that.
Morning, Dad.
Lord, don't tell me you're out running in this weather.
Well, it's a gorgeous day.
It's also 20 below.
That's good for the circulation. Seems dry.
No thanks, I'll stick to golf. I talked to the chief of staff this morning.
Walter Ratcliffe?
He told me that McCandless is scheduled for an informal hearing to answer some questions about this mechanical heart business.
Oh, it's about time they questioned the right man who's responsible.
I understand Thomas is living with Kelly now. Is that the reason you've taken a personal interest in this case?
Come on, Dad, you know better than that. I just want to find out who authorized an untried, obviously dangerous medical procedure that ultimately led to death. If McCandless is responsible, the people have a right to know.
Dad! Dad!
What?
Oh, it's horrible.
I just had the television on. They say that Sloan's been taken captive by the rebel forces and they're bringing her up for trial today. They say Sloan could be executed.
I feel like I'm running out of time and choices. You know, Mr. Jamal, my lawyer, said something to me yesterday. It was a veiled threat, but I know he meant it. He said that they know my mother's still in the palace in Karistar.
If you do sign, will that save your life?
That's what they said.
Do you believe them?
No. I don't know. All I know is that I am capable of making a decision that would affect my own life, and I have no right to do anything that would affect my mother's or yours.
Sloan, whatever you choose, don't choose for me. Don't choose for your mother. Choose for yourself. Whatever decision you make will be right. There are no good choices here. There is no right or wrong.
Oh, Hughie, thank you for understanding.
Well done, Mr. Stanton. You have earned your freedom.
No, I haven't. I told her not to sign.
Take him away.
Hubert!
I hope you are not as foolish as your friend.
I made my decision.
I hope you are not as foolish as your friend.
I've made my decision.
I'm glad you have come to your senses at last.
There are conditions.
You will go free.
I'm talking about my mother. No harm can come to her.
Agreed. Signed.
And Hubert, he must be set free, unharmed. He is not your enemy.
Hiding an enemy of the state is an act of treason.
Now you have me. There's nothing he can do. Those are my conditions.
Ali has done his job well. You have learned a great deal in a very short time.
How do I know you're going to keep your end of the bargain?
The whole world is watching. You are, what is that quaint expression you use? A media star. Now sign.
I'm afraid I've wasted your time. I'm not going to sign it.
That is a death warrant. Not only for you, but also for your mother and Mr. Stanton.
I've made up my mind. Now, will you please leave? If I only have a short time left, I don't want to spend it in the company of murderers and thieves.
We will see just how brave you are at your trial.
Why even bother?
Dr. McCandless says that he issued you a memo stating that he wanted you to stop all future work on the McCandless heart. Do you recall the contents of that memo?
I'm sorry. I do not remember such a memo.
I put it on your desk myself.
I'm sorry, I never got it.
Kim, why are you doing this? For God's sake, tell the truth.
I am.
Kim, don't do this.
Dr. Park, you may go.
Wait a minute, can't you see the man is trying to save himself by sacrificing me?
What I can't see is the memo that would exonerate you because, according to Dr. Park, it never existed.
So you're going to take his word over mine?
Thomas, I have known you since you first came to this hospital. Never have I seen a doctor with greater promise. That's why it breaks my heart to tell you that until further notice, you are suspended, pending further investigation for medical misconduct.
There is speculation as to the fate of the Queen should she refuse to abdicate the throne. And sources close to the rebel faction are saying that her execution is a foregone conclusion. Please stay tuned for further updates.
Oh, good grief. This is absolutely horrible. Sam, there must be something we can do.
Trey's trying to get through to the Secretary of State.
Oh, good Lord. Paula must be out of her mind.
Terrible. We should all count our blessings.
Darling, there's the paperwork. I absolutely have to get out. Call me if there's any further news on Sloan.
Oh, poor Myrna's so sad.
Your concern is touching.
You haven't told her yet about us.
You live in your own little world, don't you? You don't care whose lives you ruin. Just as long as you get what you want.
Sam, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for us. We love each other, Sam. We belong together. And I'll do whatever I have to protect what we have.
Including blackmail.
I fell in love with you, Sam. Because you are so strong. This is the only weakness I've ever seen in you. I don't want to tell Trey. You have to believe that. I know it would tear him apart inside if he knew you were Scotty's father. But if you leave me no choice... I love you, Sam. So either you tell Myrna, or I'll talk to Trey.
Hello, Master Scotty.
Hi, Grace.
You must be the new nanny. We've been expecting you,
Mrs. Hanson, Margaret Hanson.
Let me take your coat.
Thank you.
Oh, hiya, partner. Whoa, you're getting too big for your grandpa to pick up much longer. Who's your friend, Scotty?
Oh, that's Margaret. She's my nanny.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm afraid I'm at a disadvantage. My son didn't say anything about Scotty bringing a nanny along.
I'm new.
We're all pretty crazy about this little guy, so take good care of him.
Yes, sir. Like he was my own.
Well, make yourself comfortable. Come on, Scotty. Let's go tell your dad that you're here.
Okay.
The defendant will rise. Sloan Denning, you are...
My name is Sloan Mahmood.
This court does not recognize your pretension. That is, in fact, the matter before this court.
When I married Prince Ali Mahmood, I became Sloan Mahmood. I can't change that, and neither can you.
Mr. Jamal, I advise you to inform your client that this court demands every respect that Miss Denning will show in a court in her own country.
I am in my own country.
This court is also aware that you are a clever journalist.
You are wrong, Mr. Chief Justice. I used to be a journalist.
Now, whether you like it or not, or whether I like it or not, I am a queen. And if you are Barakan, I am your queen.
To this naked contempt! It was the wish of this court that every scruple of military justice be observed. But you are making it impossible.
No, sir, you and Abdullah are making it impossible. Until Abdullah and his army and his ideas have been driven back across the border, there is no justice in Barak.
Silence!
I believe that in any civilized court of law, the defendant is permitted to make a statement before sentence is passed. This is a civilized court of law, is it not?
Of course. If the defendant wishes to make a statement, you may.
The charge against me is treason. You gentlemen say that I've betrayed Barak by marrying Prince Ali and accepting from his hand the crown that has been handed down in the Mahmud family for over 800 years. Someone else wants that crown. Someone who murdered Ali's father and stole it and held it by force and repression until Ali and the Barakan people seized it back. Now Abdullah wants it back again, so he struck again, first against Ali and now against me. Apart from a brief meeting when I was a child, I have known Ali less than a year. Less than a year. But in that short time, I learned to love a man and his dream. As much as I loved Ali the man, I think I may have loved his dream more, or just as much, because Ali and his dream were inseparable. When I think of my husband, I remember many beautiful moments, but none more beautiful than the times he spoke to me about his dream for his people of Barak.
Mr. Chief Justice.
I'm almost done. I'd like to say that the man who boasts that he killed my husband, that Ali lives in me and in the people of Barak. You can kill me, maybe you can even kill the Barak Ali was beginning to build, but you can never, ever destroy his dream. Because it is the birthright of every man and woman on this earth, which means it starts all over again in every newborn child. I'm ready to hear your verdict.
What do you think you're doing? Please put that down immediately. You must be the new nanny Trey's been telling you about.
That's right.
Well, do you have a name?
Margaret Hanson.
Yes, well, Margaret, do you have any idea what a piece like that costs? No, of course you don't. Well, it's not that I don't trust you, Margaret. But you're a stranger in the house, and we have had a few problems with other servants before.
Yes, I understand.
Yes, ma'am. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. My husband has been ill recently, therefore I've had to take charge of some of the family businesses. Try to do most of my work out of the house, so when you're here with Scotty, I expect that you will contain your activities to the upstairs nursery, and Grace will show you all around, as long as you do things my way.
Kim Park? I don't believe that.
Yeah, well, I can't blame Kim. Deportation could be like a death warrant for him.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. A couple hours ago, there was always one constant in my life. I'll make that two. These, medicine. I don't know, maybe they're the same thing. Driving home, I was thinking about when I was a kid and all the days, weeks, months, going from hospital to hospital, trying to find some help for these. So there was one day that my mother and my father and I had to admit that there wasn't anything that we could do. There wasn't anything anybody could do. I thought to myself, well, at least I don't have to step foot in a hospital again. Then suddenly there was a message out of somewhere. And I knew that that was exactly where I wanted to spend my life. Helping people get rid of these. Pushing medicine a little farther than it could help me.
You do that. There are other hospitals.
Not if I lose my accreditation at university.
You're not going to. You can prove that Kim lied about that memo.
There is no memo. He destroyed it. And as far as Kim Park and the hospital is concerned, it never existed.
Yeah, but you sound like you're giving up.
How do you prove that you told someone something? It's his word against mine. Besides, there's a dead patient. There's a very worried hospital that wants to get out from under all this. They wanted to feed Kim to the wolves. He gave it me instead.
I know, but you've got friends at that hospital. I mean, the chief of staff is one of your best
He's
friends.
the one who suspended me.
Okay, listen to me.
Look, I'm sorry. Please don't mind if I don't want to. And I certainly don't want to listen to me. Well, since I got the rest of the day off, I think I'll have a drink.
What a good idea. I think I'll have one, too. Matter of fact, when I would just have this one.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
What the hell do you think you're doing? We seem to have changed places here. I was the one who was going to give up, and you shut that door and made me face myself. Well, Buster, I am returning the favor. Boy, go ahead, hit me, take it out on me. Everything you're feeling, just like Trey.
I am not like Trey.
Well, who are you? Like you're not like Thomas, not
Will you just get off my back?
I can't.
Why not?
Because I love you.
The tribunal has reached a verdict. We find the defendant guilty of treason and the commission of criminal acts against the state. The sentence, death by firing squad. Execution to be carried out between midnight and dawn tomorrow morning.
The world turns.
As the world turns,
he tried it once.
Tried? My wife.
Then he tried it again.
I'm sorry, Reverend Carl.
And rumor has it he could be in for another surprise.
Seems like a dream.
Rumors as the world turns.
The road to the Final Four continues with a doubleheader of regional or semifinal action. At 9 Eastern, North Carolina takes on Notre Dame, or Georgetown against Kansas. At 11:30 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, Syracuse battles Florida tonight.
Spring is newlywed.
Please, tell your superiors that I'm sure the American government isn't just standing by doing nothing. Look, I have a right to see somebody before midnight.
Je parle pas anglais.
Je le...
The American-born Queen of Barak is scheduled to go before the firing squad sometime between midnight and dawn, Barakan time. It is now 26 minutes to midnight in Barak. International protests, including a sternly worded statement from the United States, have proven futile since there are no normal diplomatic channels to the rebel forces holding the Queen. We will interrupt our regular programming with any further developments.
What the hell's the matter with those wimps at state? She's an American citizen, the daughter of a senator.
You heard what the man said. There are no channels. What's left of the Barakan government is trapped inside of Karistan, in total chaos. There's literally no one to talk to except that maniac Abdullah, and he's not listening.
Then the Security Council should be up to its neck on this, the CIA.
What do you think I've been doing? Going from office to office. Shouting, making myself hoarse. They're gun-shy after Iran. They say they've done all they can.
And now I owe it. The man I met with in Barak. He's Clegg Industries oil representative.
What can he do?
Well, he can do as much as anybody else, maybe more.
Come on, if the State Department, the Security Council, the CIA can't do anything.
Sam, that's government to government. There is no government in Barak now. And if Abdullah wins, he's going to need to sell Barak's oil somewhere. Sam, have you forgotten we were doing business with Abdullah before he was driven out by Ali? Now, he expects to be right back in power.
Myrna, are you thinking about Sloan or Clegg Industries?
Sloan. Now, listen. Abdullah knows our name, our power, that we make arms, and he's going to need arms.
Well, we're talking about selling Abdullah arms.
I am talking about promising the man anything if he'll release Sloan. Delivering is something else. All fair in love and war.
How are you going to manage this in half an hour?
Sam, we have a telex right in the study there that has Owett's number programmed in it.
And you think Oates is sitting by his telex waiting for a communication from us?
I see you're willing to just sit here and watch Sloan die right on television.
I'm willing to do anything that makes sense.
Well, that is exactly what I'm doing.
Time's up, Sam.
You think I can talk to Myrna with this going on?
I think I'm going to tell Trey you're Scotty's father tonight before dinner. That leaves you about an hour.
Hello, Thomas.
Mom? Hey, hon. You heard?
Yeah.
We were expecting a phone call calling this whole thing off.
Baxter and I decided that it would be better if we were all together.
Where's Matt?
Yes, I understand. Thank you for your efforts. General Rahman says King Hassad wants us to know we have his prayers.
But not his army.
Correct. If he moves as much as one regiment in our direction, Abdullah's allies will attack Kashmir from the north. So what are our options?
Only one. A full assault on Abdullah.
Aziz, my friend, we are outmanned and outgunned. And the first thing Abdullah would do is to kill Her Majesty. I'm afraid we need a miracle. Yes.
What is it?
Perhaps a miracle. Gentlemen, may I have the honor to introduce your sovereign, Prince Marine Mahmud. No, please. Your Highness, I didn't know. Neither did I, till yesterday morning, and then I knew I had to come. But I don't know why. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Nothing could be more foreign to me than this. No matter what you've said, no matter what I tell myself, and no matter what I try and feel, this is not my country. I'm sorry, Jeffrey, but these are not my people. Well, all the more praise for you for coming, Your Highness. But what can I do? If one of your patrols hadn't stopped me, I never even would have found you. From everything I've seen, the situation looks hopeless. No longer. But if you'll come with me, sit down, I'll explain the whole thing to you. And introduce you to the commanders of your army. General Aziz, Commander-in-Chief. General Raf Mead, Commander of the First Army. General Marinine, Army Intelligence. No, please, this is difficult enough. The execution is scheduled between midnight and dawn, so we may have as much as 6 hours. Or as little as 15 minutes.
It's impossible with the whole family here. We're taking a chance just being alone like this.
A chance of what?
Of arousing suspicion.
I'm afraid I haven't made myself clear, Sam. It is not a question of arousing suspicion anymore. No more hiding. No more subterfuge. I am making you an honest man. You're going public tonight.
Is this the 20th century, or isn't it?
What happened?
Absolutely nothing. There's a lot of mumbo-jumbo on the telex, mostly carrier unavailable.
Well, what do you expect? The lines have been cut.
Well, Sam Clegg, I can remember a day when you would have moved heaven and earth to get something done.
Mom, Dad, we aren't going to help Sloan by taking our frustrations out on each other.
Mother, I wish to God I had an answer.
And when I went up to his room, it was empty. I mean, there was just this. And it's addressed to all of it.
Dear Mom and Dad, I know this isn't the best way to do it. I should have said it to you, but I couldn't. There's just too much
happening too fast, and I was afraid if I talked about it, I'd lose my nerve or change my mind. I've decided to go to Barack, and if anything should happen, there are a couple things I gotta get off my chest.
First, Mom, we all know why you and Dad have been having problems. All those months when those terrible things were happening to him and to you, he was protecting me. Well, that's over. By going to Barack, I'm taking responsibility for myself. So you're off my case, Dad. And I hope that means that you and Mom can be together again. Because all of us, Thomas and Tyler and Wally and Granddad and me, we need a real working family. And we can't have one without both of you. So please, quit pretending that you don't love each other. And get back together and stay together for your sakes and ours. And all of you, please remember, whatever happens here, you're my family forever. And I love you. Matt.
It's our only option. Agreed? Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Nothing. There may not be anything for hours.
They said midnight. That's less than 20 minutes away.
They said midnight to dawn. Could be another 6 or 7 hours.
No, Granddad, leave it on. Just turn the sound down. If they interrupt with a bullet, we'll be able to see it.
Oh, if he would just call. Would he be there by now?
Well, that's hard to say. Karastar's airport is still in the hands of Abdullah, so the only way into the country is through Ishmir.
That means crossing the northern border by foot. I heard you talking about that.
Oh, darling, that's not as dangerous as it sounds. The north is still held by the loyalist troops. Once Matt gets across the border, chances are good that he'll be able to get to Jeffrey.
Then what?
Why did you let him go? Let him go? If I could have kept him safe in this house, I would have.
But he wouldn't have been safe. We talked and talked, and in the end we all knew that there was no simple solution.
I'm so proud of him. I'm frightened. Look, we said that we were going to have this dinner.
Oh, Mom, I don't think anybody's very hungry right now.
Well, I can still serve it.
And I'll help.
So will I. Oh, no, look, there's not that much to do out there. We'll be back out in a minute. Thank you.
So, tell me, what's happening with that mechanical heart?
Nothing.
Nothing. And what is it?
I said nothing.
Yeah, I know. And Kelly looked at you as if there were something.
You're talking to two lawyers, Thomas, and we're trained to notice things.
You two have got enough going on right now.
All right, that does it. Now you've got to tell us.
They're gonna know tomorrow anyway. It'll be in the papers.
Know what?
I've lost my hospital privileges.
What?
Yeah, I've been suspended pending a hearing. Somehow, somewhere, the hospital got the idea that I told Kim Park to implant the McCandless heart.
Now, damn it, I will not accept it. And you tell the senator I will return the favor someday soon. That was my last card.
We've got both sets on in here. Do you want to come in and watch with us?
Is there a bulletin?
No.
Let us know when there is. Can you take some good news?
Sure.
McCandless is out.
What?
They hauled him into the director's office and took away his privileges.
Will it stick?
Like Lou, if what you told me is true.
Of course it is. When we turned him down for that grant, it was inevitable. A man like
Trey, I need to talk to you.
No, not yet. I have to talk to Myrna. Would you ask her to come out, please?
Of course, Sam. I'll talk and wait.
Son, I wonder if you'd excuse us. I have to talk to Myrna alone.
Sure. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Okay.
What is it, Sam?
I've got to talk to you.
Sam, why can't we talk in there? That way we can monitor two networks at once.
Sit down.
For heaven's sake, Sam, we're all under unbearable pressure. We're going to bite my head off. Now, what is it?
Myrna, I want a divorce.
Evie, what have they done to you?
I'm permitted to be alone with Her Majesty. Alone. Seul. Comprenez-vous?
Oh, Hubert. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, here. Sit down.
Oh, I don't know how we'll all fit into that.
Well, here, try this.
Where did you get this?
It was under the tray. The guard must have brought it in with food. Do you realize what this means?
It means Abdullah's troops aren't as loyal to him as he thinks they are.
It means that even here, in Abdullah's camp, Ali's dream is alive. Hubie, it means there's hope. There's a people. For Barak and for freedom.
Time. The prisoner will come with me.
Oh, Hubie, forgive me for what I've done to you.
Life didn't get interesting till I met you.
Hubie. Thank you.
Your Majesty.
just trying to make some sense out of this. You don't sound drunk, and I've never known you to take drugs.
No, no.
Sam, there's got to be some explanation for this. A man just doesn't come up to his wife and say, oh, by the way, I want a divorce. Not after 28 magnificent years. Is there someone else?
No.
Oh, I didn't think so. One can usually tell a thing like that. Certainly given you nothing to complain about on that count. Well, of course. Oh, I've been absolutely blind. It's been right there. I should have known, right under my nose. Sam, it's fate. It's the chairmanship, isn't it? You can't stand me running Clegg Industries and the fact that I'm doing a damn fine job at it.
Well, that might have been part of it.
So you want me to resign and turn everything right back over to you? Or you'll divorce me? This is my reward for saving Clegg Industries. Saving this family. Saving you.
Where are you going?
Everybody, down here! I just want you to know that this man has just asked me for a divorce. And as one of the heads of this family, and the sole chairperson of Clegg Industries, I think I should inform you that this is not going to be just a divorce. It's war. So, choose sides.
You've got a good lawyer, son. Just remember that.
2 lawyers. 2 good, angry lawyers.
And a fine woman. And that means everything.
Dad.
Lord, we thank you for making this family a family again. And for bringing Clarissa and Baxter back together, where they belong. And we ask you to protect our Mac and Sloan and keep them from harm. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I would like to say something to my people.
They are not your people. Carry out the court sentence.
People of Barak, the next voice you hear will be that of your true and rightful ruler, Prince Marim Mahmud, brother of the martyred King Ali and heir to the throne of Barak.
Ready?
My people.
Long live free Barak. Long live Ali.
On the bold and the beautiful.
Don't you feel the apathy in our marriage? In our bed? They're bold, and they're beautiful.
He says I'm to blame. Now I'll really give him something to blame me for.
Don't miss it. The Bold and the Beautiful, next week.
Tonight on Dallas, a painful discovery pushes Pam to a big decision as war breaks out between the brothers. Drama heats up tonight on Dallas.